Om Shanti, and warm welcome to this, the second reflection for the Silence Retreat, the loving form of the Karmatit stage. So whatever time of day it is for you, however far you are in reading the Murli and reflecting, today's Murli is the deep definition of the Karmatit stage. And these questions are meant, you will have them with you. You can pause at any point and stay longer with a question. But for this 10 minutes, I will read each question aloud, and wonderful opportunity just to write down whatever first comes into your mind. Such valuable data from our own subconscious coming out into the conscious mind. So let's begin with the first question. Of the Karmatit stage. So, first question, Dhamma speaks about bondage and relationship, and of course we want to have relationships, not bondage. So I'd like you to reflect back on your Brahman life. When have you experienced this transformation from bondage to relationship in your Brahman life? And what helped you to transform a bondage into a relationship? So you can pause here if you would like to stay, but I'll move on to the next question now. It talks about the thorn and the crucifix in this Murli, and how he would like us to transform the crucifix into a thorn. So the second question, when have you experienced an illness or a samskara clash that felt like a thorn, not a crucifix? So remembering back in your experience of an illness or any samskara clash, when you experienced it to be just a pinprick of a thorn, the way Baba is wishing for us to experience at this time. So take a moment and just think, what situation, and describe it. There may be many. Let's see what first comes to mind. Pause here if you would like to continue writing. Lovely to think about those moments we've had already where we know how to do this, which allows us to transfer to those situations now in our life. So the next question, Baba speaks about saying the word all is good as scissors to cut bondages. So this thought, all is good, is a thought that cuts bondages. Take a moment and just allow it to come into your mind. What bondages are ready to be cut now for you? So using the thought, all is good, as scissors to cut the bondage, what's ready to be cut now for you? And you can pause here if you'd like to spend a little more time with this. There's also a very good question to take into Baba's room and just sit quietly with that question. Baba, what's ready to be cut now? The next question, Baba speaks about our stage fluctuating and our intellect wandering. So a bit of an inventory of your own inner world right now. What makes your stage fluctuate and your intellect wander? What makes your stage fluctuate and your intellect wander? Write what first comes to mind. Pause if you would like to continue with your reflection. I will move on to the last question for this Murli. Baba speaks a lot about limited fruit. So the last question, what is the limited fruit you still desire? Write down whatever comes to mind. What is the limited fruit you still desire? And whatever you have written down, the question, how can you free yourself? So that is the last of the 5 questions for this Murli. I will leave you with these. You will be able to come back to them. There is a link for you here to come back to these questions at your own time. And I wish you a beautiful reflection, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Om Shanti.